Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Haunted Basement Studio. And in this 2024 movie review, I'm going to be doing a non-spoiler review of BagHead. And this stars Farrah Allen, and it is produced by Roy Lee, the guy who brought you It, Chapter 1 and 2, and Barbarian. So you know this is going to be one crazy show. All right, man. So the premise of the movie is a young woman inherits a rundown pub and discovers a dark secret within its basement. BagHead, a shape-shifting creature that will lead you to speak to past loved ones, but not without consequences. And I do like how this movie doesn't hide from what it is, and they're going to show you the creature pretty much right away and what the whole premise of the story is. And so Iris, she's just like the viewer. She doesn't know what's going on, what's in the basement. And when she signs the deed to the house, to the paper, it has all the old owners of this pub, of this building, on the deed of the house. And once she signs it, she is now linked to the pub forever. She is like pretty much the watcher over this creature called BagHead. And I do believe the movie was probably called Do Not Pass, but they probably changed it to BagHead just for marketing reasons. But really, Do Not Pass is a major part in this movie. All right, man, so let's talk about the performances in this film. We got Farrah Allen, who plays Iris, and yes, she played Ciri in The Witcher, and she does such a great performance, man. Great actor in this one. And her best friend, Katie, played by Ruby Barker, man, she did such a great job in this film, and I'm not sure how many other films she's been in, but the overall performances was great. And even coming down to BagHead, how the creature acted, it was great. And I do like the adventure that she has to go through to figure out what is going on with this creature down in the basement. And the one scene where she realizes that she is in control of this creature, she can tell BagHead what to do and where to go, and she says that she has to stay in the basement. BagHead is a female, and they refer to her as a witch. And there's this one scene where they just dump a whole bunch of exposition on you and give you the backstory of the witch and BagHead, and it's really fast. And that's the only downfall about the movie. I kind of wish that we would explore more of that whole exposition scene that they drop. They give you the explanation of BagHead. And I did enjoy the creepy scenes that they had throughout this film. Like one scene where she's in the pub at night all by herself, and she's done some research and she's looking at the past owners. And then she puts her phone down and she sees the ghost of the past owner that she just looked on her phone. I thought that was really good. So how the story progresses is that a Patreon, Neil, played by Jeremy Irving, comes into the pub late one night and demands to go down into the basement. And this is before Iris even knows what's going on down in the basement. But he offers her $2,000. And she says, well, I don't have the key. Come back tomorrow. And then that next day is when she signs the lease and puts her name on the deed of the house. And with that, a videotape from her father. And she doesn't even watch the videotape yet. She goes ahead and lets Neil come by the next day with that money because she needs that cash. And then they go down in the basement, and this is where BagHead, the witch, reveals herself. And that's when they have no idea what's going on, and shit starts going crazy. And so they had to run out of the basement and lock the door. And then that's when they watch the tape. And that's when she realizes now she is like the gatekeeper of this witch from centuries ago. There are certain rules that you must follow when you are talking with BagHead, and you only have 2 minutes. And if you go past 2 minutes, horrible things can go wrong. And you know, this movie, we're gonna have to have some horrible things go wrong. Even though the witch BagHead is demanded to stay in her basement, she can get into your head and make you do things that you don't want to do. All right, man, I'm going to give you my final thoughts and rankings, and then I'm going to give some spoilers at the end. I'll put it up on the screen, so if you want to click off, you can. But my final thoughts of the movie was it was damn good. I turned on my Shudder app last night, and it was just starting to play. So much of this dropped the Shudder, and so I checked it out. I'd never even seen the trailer before. I just heard about the movie, and then right when I saw Siri from The Witcher, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm all in on this. And the acting was great, the premise was great. They knocked it out of the park on this one. Really, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I thought this movie was rad. It kicked ass. And so now we are going to go into spoilers right now. Spoiler alert. So the very ending of the movie was amazing. At first, I didn't like it at all because Neil gets possessed by the witch and he wants his wife back. He wants to be the curator of this property, of this pub. He wants his name to be signed on the lease. And he even goes and steals the lease and signs it to the witch, but his name's erases because Iris is still alive. So he decides that he's going to kill Iris. And I'm like, no, because we're following Iris through this whole story. And at the end of the movie, he throws Iris off the top of the pub and she lands hard on the concrete and dies. And I'm like, and I did not like that at all. I'm like, we're following this whole character, but they saved themselves by Neil picks up Iris and takes her into the basement. And then he hands the deed over to BagHead, the witch. And that's when the witch got what she wanted. She needed Iris's body dead in the basement. Why? Because her name was the last name on the lease. And now that that body is in the basement, the witch now can go inside of Iris's body and bring her back to life. But it's not Iris no more. And now the witch is Iris. She totally transforms herself into her. And she gets up, and that stair that says do not pass, she walks right over it and out into the world. And the witch is now set free because she's been, banned there. Like, she was in that basement. She wasn't able to leave for centuries. And that's how the story ends. The movie ends. And that ending was awesome. Like, as much as I hated Iris dying, she does come back to life, but it is the witch. And the bad guy wins in this one. Man, y'all tell me what you think about BagHead. And if you watched it or if you're going to check it out. And thank you again for joining me, Triple B, in the Haunted Basement Studio. And you remember, you keep it whore. Laters!